Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Valmieras, Stikla, šķiedra, welcome to today's press conference. We invite you today because the management made this morning a decision to go an important step for the company. Today we sent our application for legal protection process to the Vidzemes district court in Valmierā to ensure the sustainable continuation of the group level's operation. I want to announce at this point that the operational business of the company goes ahead in full swing. The LPP, or legal protection process, means for the company this is not insolvency, this is a legal protection system which allows us, the company, to go ahead and negotiate at the same time with the lenders of the company. Important for us is that this protection procedure doesn't influence our business, which is sustainable, which is profitable in Latvia and UK, which generates enough cash flow for our business and ensure cooperation with our customers. I want to point out at this time that this situation is based on our US project 100%. In the last week, we were targeted by one of our financing banks, the smallest financing banks in the US, which doesn't prolong a credit line and which is facing Latvian company as a guarantor to pay back this loan. For us means this impact our cash flow in our Latvian operation, and to protect the company and our business, we decided this morning in the management board to go this step. I want to point out at this time that we are work responsible with our shareholders, with our creditors, with our suppliers, and the company is having 2 months' time to find a settlement with all creditors, with all stakeholders, and the clear target of the management is to find a solution for all involved stakeholders. This for sure has an impact on our audited, on our annual results. We are in constant contact with our auditors, but this strong decision for the company going to impact the auditor's decision, and we're expecting additional delays of our final accounts 2018, and we're expecting these accounts not before finalizing this legal protection process. At the same time, we want to show to the market, to our stakeholders, to our shareholders, that we are working on corporate governance, that we're improving our corporate governance approach, and that's why we also published our environmental and social governance report at the same time, and our corporate governance report, to show that we are transparent, that we are open to our shareholders, to our stakeholders, and that we are publishing as much as possible and more than what is required at the moment by capital market law. At the same time, due to the legal protection process, we have to announce that we have to withdraw our financial projection for 2019-2020. We have to review the outcome of the legal protection process. We have to see the impact on the turnaround in the US operation, and that's why I have to announce that our financial data, which we provided official, are not longer valid. We have to see what's coming out of this legal protection process. We provide the application today to the court, and we have to talk to the auditors and see how we can provide 2018 figures and first quarter 2019 figures, as 2019 figures are affected by the results of 2018 audit. I want to give at this time a short update on Latvian and UK operation. Both operations performing as expected. We are in budget. We are in the profit budget, which we were planned. Both entities generating positive cash flow, can finance the operational business, and are shadowed by the challenges of the US operation. Update on the FPO. As you all know, we have announced that we are planning a FPO for the second half of 2019. The management still working on the FPO. We're still thinking that FPO is a good project to strengthen the capital base of the company. Valmieras, Stikla, šķiedra is still a good investment target for potential investors, but we have to announce as well how we go ahead with the FPO has to be approved by shareholder meeting, which is held next week. So the next step for the FPO will be decision by shareholder meeting next week, and ultimately to the decision of the shareholder meeting we have to take decision on FPO. I want to point out at this time this legal protection process is not an insolvency. This is a protection process for the company, which helps us and gives us enough time to negotiate with lenders. We want to find a settlement with all creditors of the company, even if the problem is raised by one of the smallest lender of the company, which has a credit volume of less than 3% of the company's liabilities. We are willing to work with all stakeholders, with all suppliers, with all customers. We have a good profitable business in Latvia, in the UK, and the target of the management is to protect this business with the legal protection process. This is the statement we can give today, and we keep you updated. If there are questions, I'm happy to answer it at this moment. If you need translation, Morris will be at my side to translate to Latvian.
Yeah, Ivo Jutkāns, LNT News. I just want to clarify, because according to previous statements, up to 70% of the market of your products are in US. So what was the problem, the market or marketing?
Approximately 25 to 30% of our business is in the US. The target of the US investment, which is still a good investment in our view in the US market, is the business still there? We have no problems in sales. Actually, we are producing less than we can sell. We had several issues in the US with starting up the facility, and actually we have now forced a decision by a smaller lender, which is a lender of the US entity.
Yeah, And one more question. Until 2022, you plan to invest about 80 million euros in US. How much did you invest so far?
We invest more than 80 million in 2018 and 2019. We invest the full amount we were planning in the US facility, but we haven't been able so far to utilize the investment, utilize the full capacity, and generate sufficient cash flow for the US entity.
Thank you.
Also, what about the workers? Should they be worried of some kind of a mass layoffs in Latvia or in other, let's say, factories of the company?
Yes, this has actually no impact on the workers, on the workforce, also not a big impact on our vendors, as we are protected as a company for creditors pulling back their money. The operational business is good, goes ahead as we has done it before. This is just a legal process to protect us that creditors pulling out money immediately.
But just a simple average, let's say, person, company, where was, on your point of view, the main problem in this US business? That was the problem.
Actually, from the market perspective, it was the right decision to go to the US because the US is one of the biggest fiberglass market in the world. We have a good footprint in the US. We have better price in the US. We have big market demand in the US, and as many other European investors in the US, we challenge several problems from organization till labor force, available labor force, qualified labor force. This has been the main challenges in the US.
But what this decision means that in the nearest future you're planning to, let's say, to sell this factory, sell all the assets in the US?
The local management is working on several scenarios, working on turnaround, working on selling part of the entity. As you know, we have a stable business in the phase one business, which is one part of our core business. We are producing needle mats in the US. We want to protect this business as well and go ahead with this business, as this business show in 2016 and 2017 that it can generate stable profit and stable cash flow.
Is there any support that you are waiting from the, let's say, the government?
Sure.
We don't need such support in this, let's say, process right now.
We, first of all, in the past, we receive a lot of support by our main shareholders, by our financing banks, by shareholders in the US. And in the US, we can't expect any support as these mechanisms are not in place as similar as we're having here in Europe or in European countries. And here we have to work closely with all creditors, with all stakeholders of the company to come as good as possible out of this process.
But if you keep in mind that you are one of the biggest, let's say, employers in Latvia, don't you need some kind of governmental assistance?
We didn't took in consideration so far taking support from the government, but our business ensure same level of workforce in Latvia. Other questions? Maybe I can hand over to Maris to explain a little bit the mechanism of legal protection process.
Okay.
Maybe in Latvian.
Okay. Tad es esmu Māris Vainovskis, es esmu zvērināts advokāts, es esmu Valmieras Stikla šķiedras piesaistītais juridisko pakalpojumu sniedzējs. Mēs ar Valmieras Stikla šķiedru strādājam jau ilgāku laiku. Sabiedrības darbība ir pilnīgi tiesiska un profesionāla. To pašu es varu pateikt arī par šo rīcību, kas tika veikta šorīt, iesniedzot tiesā pieteikumu tiesiskās aizsardzības pasākumu plāna apstiprināšanai. Par tiesiskās aizsardzības procesa ierosināšanai. Tuvāko 2 mēnešu laikā sabiedrībai ir šī iespēja kopā ar saviem sadarbības partneriem un finansētājiem rast risinājumu sabiedrības ilgtspējīgai darbībai, un tie pamat kritēriji būs sabiedrības darbības nodrošināšana, nepārtrauktība, ja? Un visi risinājumi, visi pasākumi sabiedrības sadarbības partneru un finansētāju interesēs. Es grūti kaut ko konkrētāk šobrīd pateikt, bet pats galvenais, ko es varu no juridiskās puses vēl arī apstiprināt, šis nav maksātnespējas process, šis ir atbilstošs Latvijas likumiem tiesiskās aizsardzības process, kuru ierosināt sabiedrība lūdz tiesai, un tas visā pasaulē nav nekas īpašs, šādi procesi notiek, un arī Valmieras Stikla šķiedra mūsuprāt ir šāds gadījums, kurš ar šo procesu tiks galā, un tas varētu izvērsties par vienu no veiksmes stāstiem, kā tiesiskās aizsardzības process Latvijā profesionāli ir realizēts.
Šie 2 mēnešu laikā jāveic risinājums, vai tas ir, no jūsu puses šis termiņš, vai tas ir likumā kaut kā atcinās, ka 2 mēneši padara tieši 2?
Jā, šis 2 mēnešu termiņš ir likumā paredzēts.
Jūs paredzat iekļauties un veiksmīgi atrisināt?
Jā, cik es zinu, sabiedrība jau visu laiku un regulāri ir profesionālā kontaktā ar saviem lielākajiem un visiem sadarbības partneriem, arī ar finansētājiem, un šis dialogs jau nav sācies šodien vai vakar, tas notiek visu laiku. Un šie 2 mēneši ir periods, kura ietvaros ir jānoslēdz šīs sarunas, lai, ievērojot visu intereses, sabiedrība varētu turpināt nepārtrauktu darbību. Okay, no more questions?
Thank you very much.